Previously on Star Citizen, we became acquainted with our starter ship, the Avenger Titan. The single goal we had was to get enough money to make her stronger, faster, more manoeuvrable, shinier, dangerous, aggressive, invincible, invisible, awesome. We achieved our goals that day and we made enough money. So it was time to start the adventure across Stanton to find the parts. With the only thing I fear in life being electricity itself, this was a very restless sleep. Why would they put that above my head? I had a lot to do today, and I had to keep my mind focused. We had a long way to go, and a lot of things to try and buy. That wasn't my bag. This probably actually wasn't my room. A little bit awkward. Looking out my window, I realised one thing. My back was proper hurting from that sleep. Those beds are trash. Let's get this fixed.
Available at every
Room 7. This one? I think it's this one. Sort me out, Doc. With my back fully snapped back into place, it was time to gear up and get ready for the ride. Unsure whether or not we would actually bump into pirates out on our journey, I decided I would gear up with the best that I had. We had a full medium armour suit for manoeuvrability, and we slapped our favourite gun on our back. This should do. Whatever we get into, we'll get out of. We had some med pens as well. Not being completely sure what was best, my friend showed me a website where you can pick the parts, see the DPS, see the other stats, and he pointed me in the right direction. I'll pop a link to this down in the description below if you do want to check it out yourselves. The ship got delivered to Pad 2, as always. We had a little dance in the lift while we waited. I decided to have another inspection around the ship to see what the guns looked like in their current state, so we could have an idea of how much the upgrade made a difference visually. And inside we went to get buckled up and ready for what definitely was a very long journey. Our first destination was on Crew L1 at the ambitious Dream Station. We'd be picking up 2 FR-66 military grade shields for 36,900. The idea was to get all of the stuff for the upgrade and bring it all to one place and then upgrade everything at once, hopefully not losing it along the way. And just like that, we were off to our first destination. It was at this point I noticed 55 million kilometers. That is a really, really long way to go. I wondered here whether or not you can get ships what would do this travel faster. We arrived, pleasantly surprised. I honestly thought these space stations were going to look the same. I didn't realise they would all look different. Or, well, maybe not different completely, but there was clouds here. I had clouds turned off, so how there was clouds I don't know, but it looked so cool. This was amazing. Now, as long as I don't get too distracted by the look of it and actually land without crashing, then it's all good. Sometimes you just gotta take your time, take it slow. I was still very new to the game, but every moment getting better.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
I wonder if we see them clouds from here. Wow. Wow, look at that. Oh my days. There's like a runway over there. What? What's that for? After being blown away by the sheer look of this station, it was into the lift we go. We were here for parts and we had to stick to the mission. It was at this point I realised my window doesn't look as good as this window. What? That's not fair. Look at this. I knew exactly what this unidentified human being was up to. I did the whole looking out of the window thing a lot myself. Just like that thing. Arriving in the Galleria, we had to look for a place called Platinum Bay. It would be in here somewhere, probably not in the food court. Then we found a gun shop. My station didn't have a gun shop. What is going on? Like, this station has good window. It has this ruffian. It all in all just felt different to the station I'd been living in all this time. It was strange. I thought they was going to be identical. We proceeded up the stairs in the Galleria in search for Platinum Bay. It had to be up here, because it wasn't downstairs. Easy fix. Maybe it was this PB place. We had arrived at Platinum Bay, and in true fashion, the locals they don't seem happy with me wherever I go. I set the destination of what we would purchase to the ship, and I simply just purchased 2 shields. That was all I had to do. This was quite simple. All purchases complete, time to get out of here. While trying to make my walk out of here look dramatic, I walked straight into a billboard. It's fine, it happens. Back in the ship we went, and it was time to get ready for our second journey on this upgrade mission. Noticing we were nearly out of quantum fuel, we had to restock and refuel before we could even leave. With all that done, I thought I better check these things are actually in here. Next up on our list was an Atlas Quantum Drive from Platinum Bay in HER L5. Another 25 million kilometers to go. Seeing a lot of these other places for the first time really sort of opened my eyes to this game, because I hadn't really gone that far out of like my little planet where I was living near Microtech in my station, going to the same couple of planets. Like, I was starting to explore. And more importantly, I was starting to get the hang of things. Like, the game had started to feel so much better. With the Atlas Drive located and on order, we only had one place to go after this place. It was back to Microtech where we started. It was our home planet, so it would be easy, but we'd have a little look around here before we left. After having a quick look around the shops there, seeing what different things they sold, I was pretty happy to just get on my way. I didn't want to spend too much time knocking about, and I had parts in my ship and I didn't want to lose them. If I lost these parts, I wouldn't be able to buy them straight away again, because I'd need to make all the money again. So it was kind of important to me to just get on with the journey and get these upgrades done. So off we went, back to Microtech. I did wonder for a second though, can you open these in warp? And then I actually shuddered in real life and wanted to close it. It was probably best to just stay in my seat at this point and stop messing about. We had arrived on Microtech and it was pretty dark. We had to look for the landing bay. It was sometimes, this place is a bit tricky sometimes, but check this out. Easy does it. I'll call that a 10 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. It was just too good. It was perfect. With my first perfect landing out of the way, it was onto the train we go. We had to get into the city, and we had to find Centre Mass. I think I'd been here before. This was the only city I could actually walk around on without it going to like 2 FPS, so I was kind of happy we had to come here rather than anywhere else. Having a look around the shop at these guns, they all looked different and they all looked really cool. Like, I didn't know what my guns would look like at this point, so I was checking through them to be like, oh, is mine going to be that one? Oh, I hope mine's that one. And I was like, nah. Oh, I hope mine's that one. And then I was like, oh no, that's not mine.
We've got a lot of variety. Take your time and have a look.
I took my time and had a look. We had found the weaponry we were going to purchase. We were going to get one size 4 CF447 Rhino laser repeater. The reason we were going for laser repeaters was because they didn't run out of ammo. They could recharge and we could carry on fighting, which was perfect for my new to the game play style. Next on the list was 2 CF337 Panther repeaters. These were size 3s, so we would end up with a total of 2 size 3s and 1 size 4, which I think was an upgrade to what we currently had been using. With our ship fully docked into the hangar and stored, we were able to bring it up in the ship customization vehicle loadout manager, and yeah, we went through, had a look what we could have put on it but we didn't have. Then we finally found where you obviously equip the quantum drive, so we slapped the Atlas drive on there. I didn't really make much sense of like a lot of these upgrade bits at this point because I'm so new to the game, but I mean, like shield generators, like these were grade A military ones, so they must be better. Do you know what I mean? They must be good, and I had 2 of them, so we'd probably last a bit longer in a fight now and not have to back off as much. Well, that was the idea anyway. And then onto the weapons, I actually realised that our weapons were a lot lower, well, just one size lower, and we had these like mounts on the weapons to obviously equip lower level weapons or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I sort of had a look and I think I figured it all out. Like, we had a size 3 bracket and you could put a size 3 mount on it to then put a size 2 gun on that mount, but we didn't want lower little weapons. We wanted the biggest possible guns we could have. So the 2 wings had been sorted and now it was onto the nose. We had a size 4 gimbal mount and then a size like 3 mantis, and obviously we didn't want that. We wanted size 4 like the Panther repeater, the Rhino repeater, sorry. And with that equipped, everything was done. Everything we bought for the ship to upgrade was equipped. Now the only thing left was some paint. I did have some paints what I bought when I bought the ship, so I just decided, you know, let's just pick one of these. We had green, we had camo, we had blue. They all looked pretty good. I'll probably switch between them throughout. So I thought, well, we'll just put green on because it's at the top. It'll look fine. And then a quick save changes and equip to finalise it all.
Your belongings belong to you.
We'd got our ship loaded into a hangar and it was time to have a look at our new ship, fully kitted out. Look at this. It looks amazing in that green. I love it. We had a look at the turrets. They looked bigger. The one on the front looked huge. Look at it. Eager to take it out for a spin and have a go and see how much it had changed. There was only one thing left what I wanted to figure out. How do you get these weapons into the same like firing group? Because it's like left click, right click. I just want one click. I want to shoot all my guns at once. That's how we're going to roll. So I had a look round all the little bits and bobs and I thought, well, it's got to be in here somewhere, and luckily I did actually stumble across it. I honestly thought it'd be a hotkey or something like keybinds and stuff, but it was actually here. You just change them all to the same group, and then you're good to go. And with all the upgrades done, fully equipped, paint job on, my guns changed to one group, there was one thing left. Send it. Oddly, my ship felt so much better to control. It felt faster, it felt more manoeuvrable. Well, obviously it didn't, because I didn't put any parts on what had actually probably changed that sort of stuff, but it felt so much better. Like, I just felt more confident in it. That's probably what it was. I was just happy with my progress. And it was time to give it a good old-fashioned testing. We'd go for a monitor mission, we'd kill the monitors, but this time we wouldn't run from the bad guys. With all 3 monitors located for ease to kill them one after another in quick succession, we started opening fire. Now these weapons did deplete a lot faster than I thought they would, but I'm sort of throwing everything at once, so they were doing good damage, and they did recharge fast too, so monitor 1 down, monitor 2 down, monitor 3 no longer in existence. It's time to fight a bad guy. With the baddie finally taken care of, it was clear that I needed more practice in ship combat, but that would come with time. And of this I was sure, because coming back into my home station, I had confidence to just fly through it all, knowing that I actually wouldn't hit it, because I'd gained the skill. I'd not just upgraded my ship this day. No, it wasn't that simple. I had upgraded my own skill level at playing this game somehow, as well as my ship. And there I stood in normal clothing, looking out of my window at the end of the journey, thinking about my bounty hunter training. This would be a real test of my progress in the game, and hopefully one that would pay real good money. Because the addiction to double dogs is all consuming. But on a serious note, the path had been laid out in front of me, and it was now time to just walk it, one step at a time.